All right then.
We got a pro crew here. Look at this. Look at these people. They got it together.
Let's talk about, anti-flag career.
Yes. It's been a long one.
Right.
I think we've been a band for over 25 years now. That's way too long.
No.
No. All right. Okay.
Over the years, when you look at, anti-flag was always for a certain cause, fight it for things,
I will not claim ownership of these changes, but I will celebrate them. The fact that we have gay marriage in the U.S. is an amazing thing. That if you would have told me in 1993 that we would
that might be possible,
that it would be possible for gay people to have the same rights as heterosexuals, I would have been like, you're lying. But that was something that we were championing, and and to be clear, I don't feel like we did anything for it. But as a whole society and a community, that is something that has changed, and it's something that is incredibly awesome for everybody. It's not just for gay people; it's for anybody who cares about human rights and the rights of the minorities. It's an awesome thing.
On the other hand, let's say fighting 25 years, but still it goes back and forth,
Well, so this is an interesting thing. Because we've been a band for so long, and because we are studiers of history, and you realize when populations move, and we had the whole refugee crisis that's been going on for the last 5 years, you realize that the right wing is going to become more powerful again. And you have to realize that that's going to happen, and you have to take the steps to fight it. Now, we didn't understand that it was going to be Donald Trump and such a clown show that it is in the U.S., but we knew that there was going to be a rise of the right wing, and it has happened. Now, what needs to happen now is the rise of the left wing to fight the fascists and to fight the anti-immigrants and those people. And I think there is a lot of organizing that's going on, but it's going to take some time to get the numbers up and to make sure that there's enough people in the streets to fight against old white guys. It's traditionally old white guys who are afraid of anybody who doesn't look like them.
Funny thing is, talking politics there, the right wings, they grew power the past years because they adapted, stuff from the left side.
Well, and then that was I was just having this discussion with somebody earlier. All of the things that the Trump administration in the U.S. has done are all the tactics that we used as punk rock kids in the 1990s. Right. But where we struggle with that is we, as a community, we're all about putting more ideas into the discussion. We were never about shutting ideas down. And because as punk rock kids, we want everybody to have a voice. We want everybody to speak their mind. But when there's really shitty things being said, we don't have that skill set to shut that stuff down. So that's a learning curve that we have to do as a community and as a culture, quite frankly, to figure out how to discourage people from saying shitty things really loud. And Trump has created this nihilistic sort of fuck you thing, which is what punk rock, there was a lot of that in the punk rock community, except we realized that old white guys were not the answer. And Trump thinks that old rich white guys are the answer.
MULATSCHAG.
You guys, most of you got kids?
No, none of us.
None of you guys?
None of us have kids, yeah. We've lived this long without children.
Gee.
Yeah.
Why is that? Do you ever discuss that?
We're married to the rock and roll. Oh yeah, we've been on tour since '94. We've been on tour
since World War II.
Since World War II. Yeah. No, when the lifestyle that we've chosen is not very kid friendly. So when you travel as much as we do and you play as many shows a year as we do, it's very difficult to have.
You get offended as much as you do.
And we do get offended a lot. It is true. But yes, there are things that we want to talk about, and sometimes having children is not doesn't fit into that lifestyle that we've chosen.
Do you have, like, let's say, death threat meter within the band? You know, like
No.
2016, we had so many death threats. And
Well, we definitely have had more death threats in the past than we have now, which is either a good thing or a bad thing. I would argue it's a bad thing because we're not
fear you
pushing
that
enough,
much.
Yeah, pushing enough buttons. But definitely after September 11th in the States, there were people who were more antagonistic towards our beliefs. But again, it's another thing that, is it a good thing or a bad thing that the beliefs that we had fought for have become more mainstream. In some ways it's a good thing, in some ways we need to, still push the boundaries.
was there ever like a bad time in your band's career where you sat down and said, come on guys, do we stop now?
September 11th, there was a lot of, because the shops were pulling all of our t-shirts and records out. The radio stations wouldn't play our stuff. There were shops in our hometown that said, we don't want to have any of those people in our shops.
You were the punk rock Dixie Chicks.
Yeah, we weren't as attractive as the Dixie Chicks, but we were, yeah. So and that was an amazing. And looking back, it was an amazing time. At the time, it was scary as shit because we didn't know if we went on tour whether we'd have death threats where people would try and kill us. In the States, we know that Americans shoot kids in schools. Americans like to shoot a lot of people. But one of the things that we did, we took a deep breath and we said, well, let's put on a local show and bring people together who have a similar belief. And what was amazing about that experience was we put on a show, and all of the people that came were like, thank God somebody is not buying into the jingoistic rah 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 God bless the USA bullshit. And so that community became strengthened because we all looked around and said, we're not as fucking crazy as these other people are. We need to come together and organize. And so it was a very scary time, but it was also an amazing time.
Same here. I remember 9/11, everybody in Europe was so scared about what the U.S. would do now. They could fuck it up. Yeah.
Well, I'm scared about what the U.S. is going to do now every day. Yeah. It's let's look at it. We can use September 11th as a starting point. It didn't start there. There was the Soviets and Afghanistan and all that other stuff. But U.S. September 11th, start the Afghan war, start the Iraq war, then all that turns into the Syrian war, creates refugees, destabilizing Europe, rise of the right wing. So all those things, bad decisions, end up with people like Donald Trump in power right now.
How come America fucked it up so bad?
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
After World War II, the whole planet was saying, thank God there's America, you saved our ass. Yeah. Well, what happened?
Yeah, I don't have an answer, but that's a much bigger question than I can answer in a rock and roll interview, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
MULATSCHAG! You're very much in touch with people all over the planet.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's one of the things that we're incredibly lucky because when we go out and go on tour, we get to meet everybody in a town who is passionate about an issue. And they come out to the shows and we're able to talk to them a lot of times. And when a lot of other people are sitting at home and like, holy fuck, everybody in this world is so crazy. What the fuck is going on? Who's doing something about this? When we go on tour, we meet all the people who are doing something about it. And it's pretty awesome. So that gives us a lot of hope and a lot of excitement because, it's a lot of, if I was sitting at home just watching the international news, I would think that the world was falling apart. But the fact that I get to go out and meet people who are fighting actively every day to change things, I'm like, things are going to get better. They're gonna get better for sure.
Technology is evolving and all that shit. Elon Musk is building his rockets.
Is he full of shit? I think he's full of shit. Yeah.
No, let's say I don't know, 10, 20 years, you know,
Yes.
they build a moon base. If they ask you, want to be the first rock band to play there?
Play on the moon, as long as it is a peaceful
Dangerous
thing.
coming home.
I'm not worried about the danger. It's dangerous at coming home from anywhere. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be the first rock band on the moon. You ask that because they ask us and a lot of the American bands to go and play on military bases, and that I will not do. But if as long as it's a civilian base on the moon, I'll go and play there. That'll be all right.
What flag would you raise?
Flag of peace, flag of the world, and then you really have a flag of the world because you're outside of the world looking back at it, and you realize, hey, that artificial borderline that they drew 500 years ago doesn't mean anything. You realize that it's that they're all just one people.
Yep.
MULATSCHAG.
Hi, this is Pat Thetic from Anti-Flag, and you're watching MULATSCHAG, the only TV you need.
MULATSCHAG!